Folks, thanks for coming on the line with us today. My name's John Dubas with Brokerage Inc. out of Lewisville, Texas. We'll be spending the next half hour or so discussing one of the tools we make available to our contracted agents at no cost to them, and that's the Medicare Supplement Quote Engine that can become an integral part of your marketing program to the Medicare market. What you see on the screen right now is a live representation of our website. And this contains a lot of the information that we'll discuss today, and will also act as the portal to the contracting and the marketing and all the other support material that we have available, but also to the quote engines themselves, and specifically to the Medicare Supplement Quote Engine, which is the topic of today's webinar. One of the things that we did when we looked to schedule some of our meetings and presentations is make certain that we had information available to agents during the MADP period, which runs through Valentine's Day is what I was trying to say there. And what you can see is an explanation of this also on our blog. And this gives you an explanation of what the MADP is. A lot of times folks will think that, oh, wow, are they talking about MAPD and they just had a little typo there, or what's going on there? And actually, it's a time period that takes place every year between the first of the year and Valentine's Day, and it's the Medicare Advantage disenrollment period. And this gives an individual who's in an MA plan the opportunity to leave that plan and switch back to original Medicare, and have the opportunity to pick up a standalone prescription drug plan to add the drug coverage. That starts the first of the month after the disenrollment takes place. There's a number of reasons why someone would do something like this. Changes in the program that they're currently in, change of mind, whatever it happens to be. But there are some things that a person cannot use the MADP plan for, or the MADP exception for, and that's switching from original Medicare to an MAPD plan, or switch from one MAPD plan to another, or switch from one prescription drug plan to another, or switch, join, or drop a Medicare savings account plan. There aren't as many of those about as you might see some other types of programs, but those are some specifics. This is actually an opportunity for an individual to leave their MADP plan and pick up a prescription drug plan and move forward in that fashion. We have some additional detail on the MADP on our blog. That will come to you as part of the follow-up. A link to this blog as part of the follow-up to today's webinar. But what we want to do is give you actually information as to the folks that are part of this market, that a tool to those folks that gives you an opportunity to service them properly. On our website, you'll have information about our organization, the different products that we offer, ways of contracting with us, a calendar of events, some different tools and resources available to you, and a means to contact us through the website as well. But what we're here today for is for the Medicare Supplement Quote Engine. And in order to access that, you have to register and log into the website. Registration is granted through our, finger quotes working here, Geek Squad. They look at the requests that come in and screen for agents that are contracted with us and grant them the access to the website. Because what you see with the program, or pardon me, with the website here, is kind of the god Janus in Roman mythology, a two-faced god. You've got the information that's available all to the general public, and then the information that's available after you log in. And that includes the quote engines. The reason it's set up this way, well, sometimes the quote engines will grant someone access to the paperwork that's necessary for enrollment. We don't necessarily want the general public enrolling through this. This is meant as a tool for you as a contracted agent. And also, this is a repository of other information that's appropriate for the agent population, but not for the general population because of compliance or other reasons. It does give updated certification information behind the wall as well, updated product information, particularly important as the next year's benefit for MAPD plans come out. It's important for the agents to be able, you as an agent, to be able to see those benefits, even though you can't market them until October. A lot of them roll out in July and August, and this is where we place that information. It's also where we put information about carrier specific or contests that we sponsor, and then additional lead generation tools as well. So as we log in, this will give us access to that information. Bear with me a minute. It will take you to the screen behind the screen and give you the opportunity to go into the quote engine section. I say it that way because there are multiple quote engines on the website. You can see you have the Medicare quote engines, which we'll talk about in a second, but you also have the quote engines for the individual major medical programs, final expense and life insurance, different supplemental programs, a way to access additional information on long-term care and on short-term medical as well. The final expense quote engine will take you to another site, and there are 2 different quote engines that are there, and then additional information for other life insurance programs. When you look at the Medicare program, what the heck you got here, buddy? Well, you got the Medicare Supplement Quotes, which is going to take us to a quote engine that we basically purchase the use of from CSG and make available to you as a contracted agent without cost. And then there are quote engines listed here for Medicare Part C and Medicare Part D. And you'll notice as I feather over these, in the lower left-hand corner, it pops up the website for those, and it goes to Medicare.gov. We push those quote request to Medicare.gov because that is the only website that is approved for use as a comparison tool for the general public for either Part C or Part D plans. The Group Retiree Seniors Choice Program is an AGWIP program, which is not MIPA regulated and is kind of a group policy down to a group of 1. Some of us talk to each other and we have many people in our head, so hey, we qualify. So it's got a number of other options for the Medicare population. We're spending our time today with the Medicare Supplement Quote Engine. It opens another window for us, so you got to watch your pop-up blockers. And it gives us the access to run quotes for Medicare supplement plans. We use this in 2 different fashions here at the Brokerage Inc. One, it gives us an idea of what Medicare supplement plans are most competitive in your area, and then, ergo, are most likely to be needed in your portfolio of products. And it also gives us an opportunity to offer a complimentary Medicare supplement review to our prospects and clients. Very simple to operate. Put in a zip code, put in an age, full factoring of age up to 99, whether or not they use tobacco, when you want it effective, what county it's in. The zip code I put in is here in Louisville. It is in 2 different counties. We're going to select Denton County. Whoops, hopefully. We're going to look at a young lady at the age of 65 who does not use tobacco products and is looking for the all-encompassing Plan F. Start with the most expensive, work your way off it. The most comprehensive, work your way off it. And we're sorting it by price in this particular circumstance. You can label this so you can keep these on file, or direct the information to your prospect or client. But that's all it takes. It'll pop it. You get the quote. It'll load it up for you. And it'll lay out with a whole bunch of different information for you. This gives you then the idea of, man, in my neck of the woods, I need to have these as part of my portfolio. And this is how I can quote people multiple programs and do so rather effectively and rather efficiently. It also gives you an opportunity to change your choices. So if you go in and you speak to someone about a Plan F and you look to explain to them the differences, the advantages and the disadvantages of a Plan G, you can do so very simply. Save them that additional dollars. Let's look at that real closely. Plan G with a Continental Life policy is 106. Moving it back to a Plan F. 106 or 152. 45% difference in the premium. Some folks would be willing to pay their Part B deductible of the what had been in 2015 147, now 160 and change once a year to save that additional $50 a month or $600 a year. So a great way to go in and explain some of the differences, how you can help them contain cost and do a price search for them as well. It can also allow you to go in and add in market analytics, because it's important for us as agents to realize that as we're shopping people, particularly at age 65, this may be the only time in their life that they have access to guarantee issue into a Medicare supplement plan. And it's important for us to take into consideration then not only current rate, but what history there is of that plan in our area, so we can see what anticipated rate increases there may be and how it is affected as people age. And you'll notice on some of these, at age 66, Transamerica comes in with a very strong plan at $137, doesn't go up much in the first 3 years at all, not even really up at that age 65 has it gone up much on the age increases. And you'll notice on some other programs then, wow, let's look at Medico. At age 65, we're looking at $169.49, same as that rate age at 66. It's cheaper at 69 than it is at 65. That's one of the things this tool enables us to do, is realize that some carriers target certain segments of the market. And as I mentioned, it's important for us to realize what we need to do for our clients at 65 and that guarantee issue get out of jail free card they may have once in their life. It also gives us an opportunity to realize that some folks that work in the corporate world and price these programs realize that as someone comes in and their guarantee issue, there's claims that come with them as well. So sometimes they price accordingly, and gives you an idea of how that works. It does give you an opportunity to figure out, well, gee, at age 67, 69, there's going to be some different things that I'm going to do in my marketing programs. It also gives you an opportunity to apply discounts, as I've done here. And you'll see that, wow, that changes life a little bit here, because then I'm applying a household discount. In this case, a substantial household discount with American National of 12%. Yowza, pretty healthy. 7% with the program offered by Cigna. 5% by Aetna. 7% with Mutual of Omaha. Blue Cross Blue Shield doesn't offer one. Medico, it's a 12% piece as well. Thing to remember with Medico, however, as opposed to just one other carrier, that applies as long as someone over the age of 18 is living in the house with that policyholder, regardless of whether or not they are a policyholder themselves. So it gives them an opportunity for a little latitude of making certain that all discounts are applied properly as well. It also gives you the opportunity to look at select programs, and these are programs that basically act the same as a regular Plan F. It's just on the select process for plan procedures. They basically have, misstating it to a degree, a mini network for the hospitals for plan procedures. And that can make a pretty big difference when you look at the premium for a select, well, with Omaha 123.29 regularly, 145.04. They can forecast their cost a little more accurately and maintain pricing by using a select program. So it gives you an opportunity to see some different things that are available for you within the networks themselves, and gives you an opportunity to then make certain you got contracts that you need, and you can offer people a review. A lot of people chase the turning 65 market because there are 10,000 plus people turning 65 every day. But that also means a lot of people are chasing people turning 65, and there's some market pressure that might be involved in marketing it. Take a peek at this and then offer a review for people turning 66 or 67, because they probably still have pretty good health. You're able to get them underwritten medically. If not, use AARP MedSup or the Cigna MedSups with some of their more relaxed underwriting. And it gives you an idea then of how this rate will change. American National 133.88. When we age a couple of years, we still stay pretty darn competitive, don't we? It's called overlooking the obvious, John. It stayed up there at the top. So it gives you an idea of that. And then you can take this and print it. You can save it to a PDF or save it in an Excel sheet for your own purposes. A PDF then you can use as part of a review process for individuals when you're looking at them in their home without computer access. Or you can use this tool if you have computer access in their home right then and there. And it then gives you information as well as, does it have an electronic app available? Is there a PDF of the paper application I can use? What are some of the plan details? So you have a multitude of resources right within the tool itself. And that's one of the things that makes a difference with these programs. Excuse me. The electronic access that you're getting with a lot of these plans now, and able to write the application electronically, can make a big difference. And on some of them, like Medico or Cigna, they have a telephonic function that you can use on their Medicare supplements. You have Medico uses a My Enroller program, electronic app. Cigna has a great one. AARP MedSups have even rolled out their Smart Enroll program. So there's a ton of them now with an electronic application function that, once we get used to it as agents, will speed up the process, clean up some of the challenges that carriers have with dealing with our handwriting. At one point in time, I worked for a company where 80% of our applications were pended, and the majority of the cause of that was handwriting. They couldn't read what we wrote. So some of that electronic piece will obviously eliminate that challenge. We then have to worry about typos. So you've got a number of things that can be used here for the tool and make it a part of your marketing campaign. You can target different pieces of the market itself, 65, 67, 70. Why 70? Well, at age 70, people who have had qualified retirement plans, 70 and a half, are required at 70 and a half to start pulling money out of that retirement for one use or another, and that might be a source of premium dollars for a multitude of programs for you. So it gives you a tool that you can use to make certain you got the contracting right, and you've got a means to offer a review for individuals. And what you can do with that then is make certain that we get in front of the right people. When you contract, you can go here for the different carriers that you may not have in your portfolio and create an agent profile. And what this will do is allow you to electronically complete applications. It'll keep you from missing a signature in the middle of a 60-page contract or doing multiple contracts, and keep you out of that old carpal tunnel syndrome a way to take care of that for you through an electronic means. A great way to simplify multiple contracts. But one thing that it can also do for you is give you a means to get in front of people. Oops. I'm going to back up a half a second and talk about the cheat sheets. I've forgotten of that. This is a great way for you to also go in and do comparison of these carriers that we talked about on a side-by-side basis. Kick in some different things, and it'll give you an idea of who champions that event or that carrier within our organization, the contact number for the company, their agent website, ways that you can submit business, their rankings, and commission rates. These are based in Texas, so if you're outside the state of Texas, we want to make certain we get you the right rates, but a great way of knowing how you can contract, what you get paid for, and what they pay if the person is under 65 or if it's a guarantee issue product. So some different pieces that are very, very important for you, and this will also come to you as follow-up, part of the follow-up to today's presentation. One of the other things that I wanted to chat about was, of course, the ways of getting you in front of individuals, and that is through some of our lead generation. We had a webinar on this a little earlier today, and I'll attach the recording to that as part of the follow-up to today's webinar too. But a little quick synopsis. You want to smile and dial, you can create your own custom list here should you choose to do so, based on income, based on age, based on where the person lives, and by that I mean both location and type of domicile. You don't want to go visit trailer homes, you can leave them out of it. You want only people that are 60,000 in income and above, you can create such a list. If you're looking for T65s and they're in markets we do quite a bit of business in, I probably have that pulled and can supply that to you with contracting as well without cost to you. And then of course there are the different direct mail programs that are available. One of our preferred partners is ARM, America's Recommended Mailers, and there are different mailer types available. Final expense mailers, programs for dental, vision, hearing, any door opener of that nature, hospitalization, HIP programs, different ways of soliciting business from the Medicare population compliantly, life insurance programs, all sorts of different programs, including T65 programs, and different programs that speak to the use of a Medicare Supplement Quote Engine that you have available as a tool as well. So some different things that are available to you from a reputable mail vendor that can help you. There's also, of course, carrier-generated leads. When we go through the leads program, it speaks to the fact that some of these carriers have, for want of a better term, spiff programs for agents that do business with them. Mutual of Omaha families. In the state of Texas, if you write with Omaha, you do 5 underwritten policies in a month, $5,000 worth of premium. Standard Life does the same thing. They will, Mutual of Omaha gives you marketing credits that you can use for different programs, so you can get marketing support without additional cost. Standard Life, they'll give you a 1,000-piece mailer or 4,000-piece dialing list, a contact list. United Healthcare and the Medicare program they offer, the AARP Medicare Supplement program, has an authorized to offer program that at level 2 you get additional marketing material, business cards, some different things that are available to you as well. And then of course you can always use leads that are generated off the internet. Be careful with them if you're going into Medicare Advantage. Obviously you're not cold calling for that anyway, you can't. But there are age lists here that or age leads that can be very cost effective for you, or hot med sup leads that can cost anywhere between 20 and 50 bucks and are either designated as exclusive to you or limited to they sell them only to a certain number of people. Those are from outside vendors. and there's a multitude of them that you can use. We've used Health Plan 1 for a number of different things on internet generated leads to some success. And then of course there's the Brokerage Bucks program. And this is a program that as you do business with us, we reward you for that support and look to support your marketing efforts as well, including that if you do 8 applications in any of one of 8 categories, we'll fund a 1,000-piece mailer for you through ARM. And right now, ARM is running a special with us where that 1,000-piece mailer is a 1,200-piece mailer. So all for the same cost. So some different programs that are available so we can get you in front of people to use this tool. Give you access to a way of comparing things for individuals, help them price shop, help them realize that, hey, this program's pretty stable in its rate increases. You don't have to worry about getting on it and it jumping in 6 months or a year. History shows that they're pretty stable. So it gives you a perspective that helps you diagnose the needs of your prospecting client. Let's face it, a third of the Medicare population are going to be Medicare Supplement policyholders. Medicare Advantage is gaining greater market share overall, and they're taking some of the Medicare Supplement market as well. But there's a portion of the market that are Medicare Supplement people that are going to remain Medicare Supplement people, and this helps you shop for them as well using different tools at your disposal. And then of course, remember, we have ways to help make you available to you, contracting very easily, and then of course also tools to get you in front of people for MedSup. We're in a special period, as a reminder, through Valentine's Day with the folks coming off an MAPD plan through the MADP election period, but some different things that are available to you. I threw a lot of things at you pretty quickly. The use of a tool. There are some folks that will use this to do applications through the mail with Medicare supplement plans. You have a different latitude on some of that than you do with Medicare Advantage. Do it over the telephone, which you can do with this, unlike with Medicare Advantage programs, and a way of just conducting a very thorough face-to-face sales process with your prospects and clients. So what we wanted to do is make certain that you have access to this. Your first step, once again, is to register and then log into the system so you have access to the quote engine and the tools that are available to you. That said, I'm going to make certain that follow-up to today's presentation comes to you today by the end of the day. You'll have a link to a recording of today's presentation so you can access some of the hints and tips that we've gone through. Also, a link to the leads program that was done earlier today and a link to contracting, should that be in your best interest as well. A bunch of information come to you very shortly in follow-up today's presentation. I want to thank you for coming on the line with us here today to look at some of the pieces that are available to you. As I look down the list of folks who are participating on today's call, I see a number of you that I owe a phone call to yet too. I'm going to reach out to you shortly. And also for anyone who gets this information and they want greater detail in one area or another, just give us a buzz or reply back to the email and we'll make certain that we get you taken care of. That said, I want to thank you for coming on the line with us today. We appreciate the investment of your greatest commodity, which is your time and your attention today, and we look forward to doing additional business with you. Thanks so very much, and we'll catch you down the road.